for women around the world who are suffering from discrimination in their environment, in their societies, in their communities, in their workplace, in schools, and even with their homes. They are deprived from their basic rights, such as education and good health care. And they live day in, day out with violence or fear of violence. In 2013, 53% of women around the world have been exposed to sexual or physical violence, as shown the World Organization Health Review. Why? Well, many factors play a role in that, but the most integral one is simply because they are women. Yes, unfortunately today, women are exposed to all forms of violence, and girls are still exposed to physical, verbal, sexual, or emotional violence. And because girls face the double discrimination of their age and sex, they are even more vulnerable. Today, I'm here to speak to you about what girls and young women and what men and young men around the world are doing to stop the violence. Girl Guides and Girl Scouts around the world have recognized that we all, women and men, old and young, poor and rich, have a role to play in helping to end these harmful stereotypes and discriminatory social norms and attitudes that lead to gender-based violence. And Girl Guides and Girl Scouts are doing this in a way they know best, through non-formal education. 2 years ago, at CSW57, Wagggs launched our Voices Against Violence curriculum, which was created in partnership with the United Nations Women. And as part of our global advocacy campaign, Stop the Violence, Speak Out for Girls' Rights, this curriculum is deployed in such a way to enable girls on the ground to be agents of change in their own communities. Our educational effort is aimed at young people, both girls and boys, and it empowers them to question gender stereotypes from a very young age and to combat the root causes of violence. The activity you just took part in this event are from the Voices Against Violence curriculum, where the aim is that the young people begin to recognize the different forms of gender-based violence. In 2013, I participated in an activated training event, which is a training workshop run by the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts to prepare trainers and leaders to work on violence in their national context. I participated as a guide, so once I came back to Tunisia, I used what I learned to deploy a national project to stop violence against women. As a concrete example for this, we ran different projects in different regions of Tunisia for boys and girls aged between 15 and 18 years old. And the main subject was stopping the violence. They learned how important it is to be all united together against violence for women and girls, to be aware of their rights, and for men and boys to see them as equals and to stop violating them. The young people advocated to end violence in their own regions and communities, including in their families, classrooms, and scout groups. 60 girls and boys from different regions of Tunisia participated in Stop the Violence workshops, and they were very excited to be part of such a project very close to their hearts. Each one of them was an ambassador in his community to raise awareness. More than 10 schools have been involved to stop violence against women. In addition to that, our Scout organization, the Tunisian Scouts, added an informal training course for trainers and leaders about violence that they all cascade on later in their communities. More than 70 guides leaders took part in this training. As an organization devoted to non-formal education, we believe that to stop violence, it's important to educate young people from an early age, and to do it in a fun and participatory way, which allows them to learn in their own time and ask a question in a safe place. Wagg's vision for all girls and boys to be valued and take action to change the world. And in that spirit, we cannot ignore the most pervasive human rights violation in the world today. For that, let's all together, men and women, each one from his part, spread this spirit and spread the awareness and educate our young guides, cousins, sisters, neighbors to be agents of the change. Thank you.